Let's talk about functions with return value. You will notice all throughout our example, we'll be making use of void. And what does void simply mean? Void means that there's no return value. All it does is that it just executes the block of code that we have inside the function. But a function can also return a value using the return keyword. And let's look at an example. So we can come here and then let's say we want to perform calculation with our function, and what we're expecting is an integer. So we can have ints, and then let's call the function add. Now this takes two positional parameters. The first one is int a and the second one is int b. Now you can see that I'm getting an error saying that the body might complete normally, causing null to be returned, but the return type int is a potential non-nullable type. What this simply means is that this function that we've just created must have a return type of integer. So whatever block of code I'm running inside this function, at the end, I must return an integer. So what we can do now is that we can simply say, okay, we can say var, you can say int sum equals to a plus b, and then once we have a value that is assigned to this sum, let's return sum, because sum is of type integer. So now when we call this function add, we're expected to pass two parameter, which is positional parameter. So let's say we had 3 and here we had 5. Now if I run this code, can you guess what's going to happen? If I run this code now, you can see we don't have anything printed out. And why is it like that? The reason why it's like that is because this function now is acting like a variable, storing whatever value that will return. So until we print it out like this, we can't have access to whatever value we have as our sum. So if I run this now, you can see now we have 8. Unlike the normal function which we have been creating, I'll just say void, and then we say add new, and let's say we pass that to let's say a, and then int b, and let's have our body of, now we are printing it already in this side. We're saying a plus b, and now if I should come here and I come here and I say add new, all I need now is to just pass a value. Let's say 4 for the a, and then we're passing 7 for the b, and that's semicolon, because already inside this block of code we're already executing what we want to do. We are not returning anything, so we already have our block of code executed. All we just need to do is to call it and then perform that function. But in a situation whereby we have the block of code executed, but also we are now returning the value we are getting from the calculation which we have done in our function, and then we need to find a way. Either we store this inside a variable and then make use of that variable which carries that number. So instead of printing it out, we can just come here again. We can say int total, and then we can assign this function into this total now, and then I can just say total. The same way we work with our variable, this add method carries the sum of whatever a plus b is, and then we can assign the value to total, and then we can print it out. So if we print this out now, we have 11 for 4 plus 7, and then we have 8 for 3 plus 5. So take note that the return type here must match whatever return type of the value you are returning when you perform your calculation, or when you perform all the set of instructions you want to execute in your function. So, and also take note, you are not limited to just integer. You can return a string, you can return a double, you can even return a class, and which we're going to be looking at what class is in our incoming tutorial. And that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and have gained a lot of knowledge when it comes to function. In our upcoming tutorial, we're going to be looking at other aspects of function, like the higher order function, the recursive function and the anonymous function and the arrow function. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your question in the comment section. See you in the next video. Thank you.